So here, Big Timer makes a good kill on the flag guy, and that pretty much forces a return for us. And this is the other situation I was talking about earlier. The only times you can overextend was you have people at their base. So we just got a flag return, and I have teammates at their base, so there's no point in me to just run back to my base at this point. We have mag control, and I'm in a position where I can make something happen. Right there, that player, I kind of thought that player was going to go front arc, but he decided to come back and kill me, so he got that kill, and we were able to trade a kill on that, so it wasn't a risky situation. Here's another thing that people have to understand is, on bad side of lockdown, you always want to make sure that they're not going to spawn kill you. So if ever you have teammates pushing bottom white to kill you, or opponents pushing bottom white to kill you, or opponents pushing middle, you never want to be just running back your flag because you'll end up dying. This is where the stuns come into factor as much as you want. If you can just chuck good stuns at your flag, you're most likely going to stop the flag guy running from out, and then you can kind of like work your way back to your flag by killing the guys that are spawn killing middle. So as 2 dead right now, I'm going to run back to my flag as it's pretty sure that they're going to get a pull. And they're still looking at bridge, and here I get a really important kill on my bridge. That was super important, as the bridge guy could have been spawn killing us. So this gives my teammates a chance to just run back and get it stopped. And now there's 20 seconds left, and we're up 2-0 on bad side of lockdown. This is like an unlosable situation when you go on good side next, because you can be more safe about running outside of your base. You don't have to be overly aggressive, and B, it just makes them play that much more defensive at their base, and it's gonna force them to overextend mainly. So on the next side, these are like mindsets you have to make as a team. For the person who was talking about strategies earlier, so there's no set strategies as far as where you're going, but there's a set mindset when you start a map. So when you start a side of a game. So right here is to the point where we're up 2 flags on the back side. So the only way they're really going to come back and beat us is if A, they outslay us by like crazy, or B, they push overextend. They overextend a lot, and we're not watching it. So I was just fucking around Desert Eagle, by the way. I was just having fun with that. It's like shooting watermelons. I'm just making a joke of it, and it's really fun. So, oh, actually, first side is over. So let's gonna run a quick commercial, and then I'll answer questions. Alright, commercial's over. Is there any questions as far as the bad side of the lockdown? Okay, flag routes can be an interesting topic. As far as the bad side for lockdown, obviously I'm talking about on this side. So mainly, what I'll be showing you here is there's different situations. It's really any map in general. Flag routes are dependent on where your team's at. You never want to be running a flag in a situation where your objective as the flag guy is to get the flag as far away as possible as the opposing team, and in the safest way possible. So there's really 2 main routes as the flag guy. So whenever you're on that side, either top hallway or to white. So running a flag white is the safer way, in my opinion. The only way they can really stop you is if there's a guy hallway or sofa, or a guy coming through middle, which is really rare. And by the time they usually come there, you can get the flag in the white, and at that point, you can kind of like stalemate that flag. You can just keep it back white. What I mean by running it back white, for those who aren't accustomed to our callouts, is you pull this flag and then you run this way, and then you run it back here. So this is a prime position. If let's say you're up 3 flags on good side, which is the side we're on right now, and you pull a flag on bad side really early in the game, you can just run it back here, run it back white. You don't even need to cap it. Everyone can just stay in, you can run a stalemate, what's it called. You can just hold it in this area and just stay it all here. This is the most hardest return to make, because First of all, the only way you're going to force spawns that are not in this area is by running through this little hallway. So as long as you don't let anyone on the opposing team run through this hallway to try and get the return, you're most likely going to hold that flag forever. So if you have 2 or 3 flags, I strongly suggest that you run that flag white whenever you really want to win a game. And also, let's say you have 4 dead immediately. When you run the flag hallway, the most important cutoff is the mannequin spawn. This is the fastest way to your flag. So if you're running a flag hallway and you don't have a teammate watching, let's say I'm the last one alive, and let's say everyone's dead on the map, and I'm the last one alive, and I run the flag hallway, there's a chance that they spawn mannequin or back left right here. So it's always a good thing to get it to white at that point. So those are the 2 flag routes. And on good side, the best flag route possible, obviously like I was saying, on the bad side, the best flag route possible is through main hall. Like that's the fastest way. But you only want to do that if you have full map control and you know your teammates can cover you, because it's really easy to let a player slip by if you're not fully cut off, full cutoffs on the entire map. For those asking, this is the white. Okay, this is white building for callouts. This is top white. This area is front white, and this is back white. So getting a flag to back white on bad side is like, if you have a lead on good side, is a complete win. You'll like, more often than not, you'll win the map by just holding the flag back there. And no, we're not on Apex anymore. We're fully out the gaming, for those asking. So, and as far as good side is concerned, when you want to run flag, the best way to run a flag is to right here through pillars. A lot of people. So one thing that people have to understand is when there's different aspects of it. So when you have like full cutoffs, like I said earlier, when I'm saying full cutoffs, first of all, is when I mean your team is covering a full map. So mainly, there's no chances of you getting killed by someone else by running a flag. So if you run a flag straight through here and through those back stairs, and you run it up, then that's the fastest way. The other way, a safer way when you have a chance of getting stopped is through mannequin. The only times you want to run flag through mannequin is when there's people in arc. So if you know there's opposing enemies like coming through bottom arc, and obviously like if you run flag right through middle, they have a perfect angle, as you can see right here, and they can kill you running through the middle. So at this point, it's fairly easy. So running a flag inside mannequin gives your teammates a chance to get bridge control, and on the bridge you can see, as you can see right here. Let's say if I get behind this box, I can see the hallway behind the flag guy that would be running mannequin, or the bottom arc part. So that allows your teammates to get cutoffs. What do you do if you're on bad side and someone has control of your bridge and is spawn killing you? Where should you go? You have to be patient. You can't just run away. First of all, the most important thing to do if you get, let's say there's opposing, you're on bad. Okay, so, or wait. Oh, okay, you're talking about the other side. Okay. Well, it's about, there's different angles you can take. First of all, the most important part about bad side is having 2 or more ACRs. So the simple thought, okay, the way you want to think about Call of Duty in general is you always want to encounter, like, there's so much I can talk about this, it's ridiculous. I could be here all day. Okay, so mainly, okay, so what the question was, what happens if a player's positioned on bridge right here, and you're on bad side and you get stuck. So, okay, so mainly we're talking about spawn kills here. I'm pretty sure we do get a spawn kill situation. Actually, I'm pretty sure we get into a spawn trap at once. So I'll answer that question whenever I go over to the next side, and I'll let you know. I'll stop on that situation. I'll come back to that question, since it'll be easier to talk about whenever we're in an actual situation. And what was it? I was talking about something before that. Okay, also like the bad side. Okay, the bad side is having 2 more assault rifles, for the simple matter that if you do get stuck in a spawn trap, it's much easier to get out of it with assault rifles. So you don't need you don't need much emphasis on submachine guns on the bad side, because you're most likely not going to get a lot of flags. It's much more effective to have 2 or more HCRs on the bad side and get a lot of kills and prevent them from pulling a lot of flags, than having, let's say, 3 SMGs and just trying to run the flag all over the place. And at that point, if you die, then you kind of like give them easy flag caps, which is not what you want to do. So it's just common sense at the end of the day. So we're gonna start over. We're gonna start on. This is the good side at this point. My break, I stunned the guy. I somehow stunned the guy, and I got an assist right away. And nobody went hallway, so This was a misunderstanding on our part, so I decided to come back, and this is the one thing you don't want to do. So this is one thing I was talking about earlier. If you have a 2-0 lead on bat side, you can play as safe as you want. So there's the hallway push, which is the easiest way from bat side to get a pull. So that's the reason why I backed up and back up the hall. And there's also the overextending push, which is the push through white, through church. Church or white is a different color. So this is this is the overextension I'm talking about. So as you can see, they spawn back here, and this is the easiest way to get a flag out if you're on the bad side. So you're going to see a lot of players try and push out for their team because they're down 2 flags, so they don't. So at this point, my teammate calls out. There's this guy pushing, so I'm going to put myself in a situation where I can just wait and I just hold this down all day long. So, and this is the best position. You always want to have a guy sofa. If you have a lead on good side, if you have a good lead on going into good side, controlling sofa is going to win you the game 90% of the time. This position right here allows you to watch the 2 main cutoffs, hallway and white push. This is exactly what I was talking about. So these are the 2 cutoffs you want to have a guy watching at all times. So if you have an ACR on there, then you're like 90% sure of stopping any easy quick flag push. So Scumpy spawned there, and at this point they're gonna try to get a pull, but oh, actually my son just went right through, and that kind of sucks. But at this point, it's gonna be really hard for them to get a cap because he's just running without getting kills. And as I saw right here, I ran by, and you can see right here in the screen, I saw that player bridge. As the situation I was in, that player was not looking at me. So the best thing I could do is cut the flag off first of all, because the further this flag gets, the worse it is for my team, and the better of chance they have of getting a flag. Let's say there was a player top arc. If I would have went for the other kill first, this flag guy could have turned around and try and kill me. If I die from the second guy, it's that much more distance he has to make to the flag. So it's not the end of the world. So I saw that second player was gonna run back, and it was a pretty well taught play out by there. And then as I was talking about the top arc guy, and he came out and tried and kill me because the flag was still up there. So as we get 3 dead, and now we get 4 dead. So this is the situation where we were talking about earlier. I have an SMG, so it's going to be really hard for me to get kills. So the best thing you can do to stop this spawn trap is by, first of all, having ACRs shoot from the back. So this is a position where it's really easy to get to be taken out from bridge. There's this car, and staying as far away as possible is the best thing you can do as an ACR player right there, because you know exactly where he's going to be. So I spotted that second player, and I stunned him, and I got to play that, leaving him. At this point, I just pre-fired because I knew exactly where they were. So right here, we should be putting more emphasis on the overextended, because right now, as you can see, Big Hammer's got a really good cutoff on it though. So this is going to be really hard for them to push out of that spawn trap. But as I was talking about earlier, you're not going to get out of that spawn trap to submachine guns. Let's go back 1 second. And as you can see, look, I'm going to be bridge. I'm going to face... The first ACR guy should have been a lot more patient. There's 4 dead, and he's throwing stuns and nades is good, but as you can see, he's the player that has to make plays for his team right now. And he's just going to die right away. And he's not going to do much. Striker has a submachine gun. So he's not going to be able to take me out from that bridge because I want a head glitch. Then Fake spawns. Fake should have probably overextended there because he spawned really far up. But obviously at this point, they're in a really tough situation. So as you can see right there, I'm still on bridge and I still have an SMG, and right now I'm facing, what am I facing? Striker has a submachine gun, Fake has a submachine gun, and Lynx has an ACR. So you see by this situation, they have 2 ACRs, but the way this panned out for them is that those 2 ACR players were on spawn. So they were in a really, really tough situation, and this is the point where they're not going to be able to make any plays because I'm on bridge, and then I even have Scumpy bottom arc. Like right here, look, Scumpy's right here. So even if those SMG players get across from me, Scumpy's watching them, so they're fucked. So their only way out of this is by killing me from bridge, and like pretty much the only situation we're gonna die from is by getting killed by an ACR. So right there, I pre-fired because I know I have to get weak. So at this point, I'm just staying alive. There's no, and we saw Scumpy. This is the rotation I was talking about. 1 sec.